Fabulous photographer. Today I wanted to jump on and give you a quick tutorial on how you can be using live broadcasting to educate on your retouching. So we know that this is really important for your clients to learn what you are doing within your retouching first, because we like them to know that yes, it's more than clicking a button. When we do photography, we actually have to go in and retouch. We do a lot of work on your images, and we want them to know that. But we also want to be able to educate our clients on what it is that we do and what we don't do, because we are not taking someone and making them look 75 years younger than they actually look, right? We're just kind of enhancing what's naturally there. We're maybe removing some dark shadows under the eyes, maybe softening wrinkles a little bit, maybe we're fixing some stray hairs, maybe we're making sure everything is in place and we're taking away some blemishes that aren't there every day. And we want them to know what we will and will not do. Now, if you are someone who does composite work like I do, you may want to do behind the scenes of how to do that as well, and kind of show how you're creating these couture dresses, or how you're creating your backgrounds and your images, or all sorts of the fun, fabulous things that you're teaching. You can actually do this through a quick live broadcast. This does not have to take very long. And so I wanted to show you what you would do if you're going to do something like this. And I wanted to kind of give you this little run through of how this is going to work and give you a few tips on what to do and not to do. So let's jump in. I'm actually going to show you on my screen what it is that I would do if I were going live with this type of broadcast. So let's just assume that we're starting from square one. And I did not do this little intro for you. I would tell you exactly what we were doing, but I'm also going to pause and give you some little tips and tricks as we are going. So let me go ahead and pull this up on my screen. Here we go. Let me take my frame down. There, now you can see everything. So here we are. We've got an image here, and I'm going to recommend to you that when you are doing retouching, if you're doing like shadows under the eyes and wrinkles and fixing things, teeth whitening and whatever, you want to use a picture that is probably not of your clients, because you don't want to point out their flaws. That would be a very bad thing if they saw that, hey, I had dark shadows under my eyes, now I don't feel so good about myself. So I would use a picture of yourself or someone who is super confident and is a good friend of yours to do this. If you are doing a big fine art image, then go for it. You're creating dresses, you're creating backgrounds, but you're not pointing out the pimples on their face, or that, you know, they maybe have some extra wrinkles. So let's take a look. This is an image of me and a shirt that I created for Amazon Fashion that I am selling over there to authors and bookstagrammers. And I would jump in and say, hey, listen, guys, we're going to retouch this today. And let's take a look. Let's zoom in. And this is how I would be retouching. So you would start off with an intro. Hey, everybody, my name is whatever. My studio is whatever. Today I want to show you exactly what I'm doing to retouch my images. The first thing I do when I am retouching my images is to work on the person's face, because we know that's obviously going to be one of the most important things that we are doing for our clients and for people. So I'm going to remove anywhere that there are shadows, and I'm just going to lighten that up to brighten this person's face. This obviously is an image of me. And I would just go ahead and I would do a little bit of retouching there, and I would explain as I go what it is that I'm doing. I would probably work on the eyes a little bit. I do some fun things because this is just a quick tutorial. I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to show you what I would be fixing in this image. So obviously this is not the best posed image. This was just a quick shot I did to promote this book. And I would explain exactly what I was doing in Photoshop. So I would point out that there's light on this shirt. There's some flare there that we're going to want to fix. So you can say, well, listen, the next step would be to kind of fix up the wardrobe. I would take my clone tool and I would just brush over where that light is hitting just a little bit wonky. And we would just take that away because we do not need that there. So then we have this flare that could potentially be cute if there was more of it, but it's not. It's just one thing. And so I would explain how I would then grab my clone tool and I would just start brushing over it, maybe at a lower opacity. I might actually raise that up because it's black and it doesn't matter as much. So I would get rid of a lot of it with a bigger brush. And then I would lower my brush and just kind of work around the little flare there. And so I would continue to talk and explain what I was doing to my clients as I was going. And like I said, do not use an actual client if you are retouching. So if you are showing just some retouching, you're going to want to use maybe yourself. And you would show how you smooth out wrinkles and how you fix things and whatever. You can go through and do whatever it is that you need to do. If you want to show the background, you can actually go ahead and show how maybe you would clean up some of these leaves and explain how you would use the clone tool just to clean up some of these unnecessary parts of the image. And you would go ahead and do that. You may not do all of it on you may not do all of it while you are on air because you don't necessarily need to show that, but you would pick out things that definitely need to be fixed. Like if you look right here, there's something behind this tree. Obviously, I need to clean that up. Maybe someone wouldn't necessarily see that, but someone who is trained definitely would. And if you blow that up bigger, you would definitely notice there's some stuff going on back here. So you would point out some of these things that typical people would not necessarily notice, like maybe these tree branches here. Maybe that would not be so cute. You would want to get that changed. And so you would explain how you as a professional would notice these things, and you would actually go ahead and get those fixed up for your clients without them ever needing to know that it was not absolutely perfect. So you can do some really cool things when you are retouching online. Hey guys, thanks so much for joining. Go ahead and leave me some comment love below so I know who you are, because I can see that you're here hanging out, but I do not know who you are until you comment. So you would take this and you would show off exactly what you are doing on air. You could put words up on the screen if you wanted to, but you don't necessarily need that on this particular thing. And you would educate on your different retouching styles. So this is something you could turn into a series. You could do every Monday morning, you could show a new part of your retouching. So perhaps you are going to actually go ahead and you are going to show how to remove shadows under the eyes. Now, you could educate people to learn how to do this themselves, or you could just explain how you do that. And then perhaps you're going to take a picture of someone who has maybe a couple of wrinkles on their face, and you would show how you're not removing them, but you are just taking those shadows away from under it, so it softens it and brightens their face a little bit. And it still leaves everything that makes them them, but it does, in fact, make them look a little more natural, a little less harsh with those shadows. So there's a lot that you can do. You could use this for your fine art photography as well if you're building dresses and you're building backgrounds and you're creating like castles and fabulous, wonderful things. And this would be a great way to show that off. I do recommend keeping this short. You do not need to be doing 30-minute, hour-long retouching sessions on your Facebook page for the most part. Once in a while, you can do that if you actually have an event where you want to teach people how you are doing this, and you have people who are going to show up. However, most people just want to see it real quick, just see a little bit of Photoshop magic and how you bring out the best in them in their images. So, check it out, try it for yourself, see if you can do this. If you want to practice first, make a Facebook group. I'm sorry about that, my puppy, if you can hear that. My Facebook group. Make a Facebook group. Wow, sorry, puppy threw me. Make a Facebook group and go live in there. Don't put anybody else in there. Maybe put your mom in there because you have to have one person in there. So put your good friend in there or something. Put a parent, put a sibling, something. Put your spouse in there and test it out. Try it a couple of times. See how you like it. Get a feel for it. And then go live on your page so that you can learn how to do this and really do this and promote this in an effective way to get people to come check out your business. So as always, you can come hang out with me at KMRobinsonPhotography.com for more tips and tricks just like this one. We are doing more tutorials on how you can be using live broadcasting for Facebook or Facebook Messenger bots or Instagram stories, Twitter, YouTube, all of these fun, fabulous things to promote your business and get more clients over on your photography brand. I would love for you guys to come join us. Also, you can jump into community.kmrobinsonbooks.com, photography.com. I'm also an author, guys. Sorry. Come join me at community.kmrobinsonphotography.com, where I'm giving bonus inside tips and tricks and tutorials that I do not put on the page here. I would love to have you join us. It is a closed Facebook group, but I will add you as soon as I see you, just so we avoid all the spammers and things like that. So come join us, community.kmrobinsonphotography.com, and of course, hit me up at KMRobinsonPhotography on social media. I would love to hear your questions, your comments, ideas for how you can use this within your own photography brand. I am a big fan of live broadcasting. We know with Facebook, the algorithm ranks text, photos, video, and live video the highest. When you use live video and you are promoting this on your page, this is actually going to rank you higher, which means all of your posts are going to be seen more in an organic way without you paying for ads. So you definitely want to make sure you are checking this out and getting involved with live broadcasting on your page. Now, pro tip, if you are doing what I'm doing, you do not necessarily have to be on screen like I did. You can absolutely do it, so it's just Photoshop on your screen. Let me show you real quick. Pop that right up there, and you are not on the page at all. I just happen to like to be on screen sometimes so you guys can see me as I'm doing things. So feel free to do it either way. Lots of tips and tricks coming. And of course, fear-free filming for photographers is a big deal. We talk about it all the time here at KM Robinson Photography. And so if you stick around, you're going to learn more tips and tricks on how to do this. I'm KM Robinson, social media strategist and photographer here at KM Robinson Photography and over at Reading Transforms. And I will see you guys again next time. Until then, have a great day. Stay inspired.